some time. We got one by one by one we're gonna go through. So one of the bits of information that leaked that I found to be very interesting was supposedly the budget for Pokemon Legends ZA and Pokemon Gen 10. Okay. Now, this is part of the leaked information from, I'm assuming, the hack. Okay. I'm assuming the hack. So it says Pokemon Legends ZA, 2 billion yen, which is approximately $13 million. Pokemon Gen 10, 3 billion yen, which is approximately $20 million. Now, when I saw these numbers, the first thing that came into my mind was, oh, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense, right? Because quite frankly, the Pokemon games have changed very little in the terms of like innovation, right? Sure, we have gotten slightly better graphics, right? It's gone from the pixelated 2D graphics to now the 3D graphics. Sure, I'll give you that. Not that they're like anything amazing or insane in terms of graphical fidelity, but it's still 3D. But at the end of the day, you can clearly see that the Pokemon games have just been running on the minimal effort possible, right? The minimal effort possible in order to produce maximum profit. So now when I see that Nintendo is one of the richest companies in the world, I think to myself, I'm like, gee, how is that possible, right? And then I see these budgets and I realize, oh, that's why these motherfuckers don't spend money on anything, right? They don't spend money on anything. $20 million for a brand new Pokemon game. I mean, it's gonna make $20 million in the first like half a day. You know what I'm saying? So this is why Nintendo is so fucking filthy rich. And don't get me wrong, man, it's smart business. I always tell people that Nintendo absolutely, when it comes to business, they are not stupid, right? They are smart. Sure, they make some very, very questionable decisions and they basically sue everybody. But other studios need to be lowering their budgets. We talk about this all the time. There's no reason why a gaming studio should be, costing like. There's no reason Spider-Man should be costing $300 fucking million. You know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong. Obviously, you cannot compare Spider-Man to Pokemon in terms of what's in the game and in terms of graphical fidelity. I get that, but holy shit, man, it is night and day when we're talking about budgets. So for Pokemon to have a $20 million budget for a brand new Pokemon game, I think it's safe to say that they're going to make disgusting money. This is why they make disgusting money, because they're a global powerhouse, but it costs them barely anything to do it, right? So with that being said, let's switch over to one of the other bits of information. So people have been sharing this photo around on X right now. Um, Finally, we are getting different aspects for Nurse Joy in Pokemon Legends ZNA. Now, if this is Nurse Joy, correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, I'm not a Pokemon aficionado. I'm not a Pokemon aficionado. Okay, like I have the Pokemon manga. I've read pretty much almost all of them. So correct me if I'm wrong. But wasn't it explained that Nurse Joy, they all look identical for a reason? Wasn't it explained like canonically they're all part of like this massive big family that they essentially, they're all like cousins, sisters, whatever. Like, aren't they all like, this is the reason why they all look the same, right? Like, and I mean, don't get it twisted. Like, obviously we all know that they designed the Nurse Joys and the officers to look the same because of budgetary constraints. They're also very cheap. We all know that. But at least they tried to canonically explain it in the story, only for them to backtrack. And now we got Nurse Joy blackface. Is this Nurse Joy blackface now? Like, what is going on here? So are we throwing away that explanation? Are we throwing away? I mean, listen, just at least be honest. Tell me, are we throwing it away? I mean, it's uncanny. The resemblance is uncanny. I mean, they look identical, right? I mean, bro, what the fuck? What the fuck? Like, are we just throwing this away? And again, you're gonna have people disingenuously represented. They be like, you just hate black people, bro. Shut the fuck up. Like, I just want to know from a lore perspective, are we just throwing that away? That explanation only ever applied to the anime. Okay, so was it not a way to tie it to the games though? Didn't they say they did that to tie it to the games? I specifically remember in an interview where they were saying that the reason why they made it all the same is to, number one, tie it to the games, and number two, to explain why they look the same all across the board, right? So if it's a way to tie it into the games, then surely you can use that as a means to explain why they all look the same in the game as well. Now we know why from a design standpoint why they all look the same. If I remember correctly, Nintendo said that they made all the Nurse Joys look the same and whatnot because they wanted players to understand the level of safety that came with seeing Nurse Joy. They wanted them to understand that this is okay. You're at the Pokemon Center. You are at a safe place. This is where you do X, Y, Z. Like it's kind of like a pattern recognition thing. But again, I just find this to be a little bit strange. That's all. I just find it to be a little bit strange, and it just sticks out. You know what I mean? It sticks out, right? Nobody would fucking care if you added black NPCs everywhere else. You know what I'm saying? But you chose the one NPC that is meant to look the same or fairly the same. You chose Nurse Joy to race swap, but you know, whatever. Anyway, again, I'm not a Pokemon aficionado, so at the end of the day, they want to do this. This is Nintendo of America. Maybe they did it. Who knows? I don't really know. But they're choosing to do this. So, hey, props to Nintendo. It's going to work out for you. Your budgets are so low, you'll make millions of dollars anyway. Who fucking cares at this point? I look at this as Nurse Joy doing blackface, which I'm surprised nobody else doesn't look at it that way. Actually, I'm not going to say nobody else doesn't because a lot of Twitter does. So, Yamato says they wanted a DEI Pokemon. I mean, I guess, but it literally just looks like blackface Nurse Joy. You even kept the hairstyle the same. I just realized that you even kept the hairstyle the same. At least change the fucking hair, bro. Change the hair so it's so not like blatantly obvious that all you did was add a tan to Nurse Joy. That just change the fucking hair. Call her something different. Give her a different name. I don't know. I can't wait. Is there does anybody know who watches the anime? Because again, I don't watch the anime. Does anybody know if there's a black nurse in any of the animes? Does anybody know that? Is there a black nurse in any? I'm gonna look that up. Is there a black nurse in Pokemon anime? I'm out of curiosity. No, there is no black nurse in the Pokemon anime. The recurring character Nurse Joy is always depicted with pink hair and a consistent pale complexion, although there have been various voice actresses for the character. The character Nurse Joy is a recurring role appearing in various forms throughout the anime, video games, and manga. Whoops. Oh, there you go. There you go. People are losing their minds on Reddit. They're like, Black Nurse Joy confirmed. Oh my God, confirmed. Yes, I can finally see myself in the video game that I've been playing for 20 plus years without seeing myself. But now I can finally see myself. Oh my God, this is amazing. The diversity is overflowing me right now. Anyway, because you already know that's going to happen, right? You're going to have a whole bunch of people on X talking about how they can finally see themselves in the game that they've been playing for decades. Right? Clearly, it never mattered before, but now all of a sudden it's gonna suddenly matter. Let me see. Let's see what the comments look like. First comment: will she have a chance of stealing my How is that the first comment, bro? Come on. How is this the first comment, bro? Come on, bro. You gotta be kidding me. You didn't even give me a chance. You didn't even give. I have to like it. I have to like it. It is what it is. I have to like it. That's the first fucking comment, bro. You didn't even give me a chance. What do we got? I fucking hate liberals with so much passion. Fair enough. Not even Brock would acknowledge her as a joy. That's what I'm saying, bro. Look, this is a running gag, right? Nurse Joy's all being the same as a running gag. There's even a conspiracy that the Nurse Joys and the officers are basically like either aliens or Pokemon themselves, right? There's like a whole conspiracy about that because the Nurse Joy, they basically act like Pokemon. When Pokemon procreate, they all look the same, with the exception of certain differences in gender, but that's few and far between. But they all look the same, right? So like there's a whole conspiracy about how Nurse Joy is like either an experiment or an alien race or a Pokemon that has gained human intelligence and they're able to like replicate to this manner and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? But now you just breaking all that shit, man. You breaking all that shit with this Black Nurse Joy. You just said fuck it. We don't care. We don't care. The fuck you mean by finally? No one ever wanted this. It's Nurse LaQuisha. Oh my God. What is going on in these comments, bro? What is going on in these comments, bro? A black man said this according to his profile picture. What is going on here, bro? Bro, is that a criminal pretending to... Bro! Is that a criminal pretending to be a nurse? Oh my God, bro. We know that canonically all Nurse Joys are the same. This implies that the Nurse Joy on the left is engaging in blackface. I agree. And that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at right now, right? So like everybody knows the Nurse Joys all look the same. That's the joke. That's the joke, right? So the moment you put in a black... The fuck? What the fuck is this?
Holy shit.
The moment they put in a blackface Nurse Joy, that's the first thing I'm thinking. I'm thinking Nurse Joy is wearing blackface. That's what I'm thinking. I'm not thinking this is magically a black character. Like, nah, bro, this is Nurse Joy. Bro, is the black one qualified or is she another DEI hire? There is no black Nurse Joy. Digital blackface. That's literally what this is. How am I can't be the only one that's thinking this. I can't. She stole my Pokemon instead of healing them. The dark one looks more devious. Oh my God. I mean, why couldn't they just have gave us a different nurse? Not even tied to... But that's where I'm at, bro. Again, it looks like another black person saying this. Oh, he follows me. Izzy Crow follows me. Bro, I'm right there with you, Izzy. Why can't we have a different nurse? Why did you have to make it Nurse Joy? It is a running gag it's the same thing for fucking decades. There is no reason for you to do this with Nurse Joy. Literally zero. You're doing this because you want to add a black character that already has built-in prominent clout. That's what you want. You don't want to build a new nurse because nobody's going to care about the nurse. You want to be able to say, this is Nurse Joy now. She's black now, or she could be black now. I don't know. Whatever. Anyway. So the Pokemon Center takes EBT now. Oh my God. No. The Pokemon Center takes EBT now. Now I have to like this. I have to like it. It is what it is. I don't know. It's kind of undermines the running gag of them all looking the same. Yeah, I agree. I 100% agree. It does. And even if you're like a casual Pokemon fan, you would understand that it is it's a thing. It's a running gag, right? Fenrir says, who cares? Who cares about what? This? The Nurse Joy being black thing? Who cares about this? Is that what you're saying? I'm just trying to reiterate. The Muslims are taking over France. Why is Nurse Joy wearing blackface? I don't know. Who cares what color she is? Oh, well, I mean, clearly the people who decided to change it after decades, right? So like the people who care are the ones who changed it. So you can't say like who cares what color she is when the people... This has been a running thing for decades. Nurse Joy has looked the exact same for decades. So the people who care are the people who changed it, right? And then people who like Nurse Joy the way she is and have liked Nurse Joy the way she has been for decades are now suddenly forced to somehow accept that the lore has been completely changed. how now the running gag is over, all because why? Somebody got offended, or somebody needed to see themselves, or something like that. Like it just, if it doesn't matter, then why change it? There's not a single. I'm telling you right now, there is not a single person in this world that has ever once complained about what skin color Nurse Joy was. There is not a single person that has ever actually complained about the color of Nurse Joy. Nurse Joy has always been what Nurse Joy has been, which means that now they're coming after Officer as well. They're coming after Officer Jenny as well. 100%. They're going to turn Officer Jenny into a black female cop at some point in time, if they haven't already. So, again, ladies and gentlemen, all I'm saying is I'm speaking from two different aspects, okay? Number one, this is so fucking lazy, okay? This is unbelievably lazy. I'm sorry. It just is. It just is. She looks the same, right? Same hairstyle, same everything, but the skin color is different. She's going to look like a fucking pimple in the crowd. When you are surrounded by a bunch of joys, you're going to be the one pimple in the crowd. This is literally DEI in its most obvious forms, where it's lazy. There's no thought behind it. There's no attempt to try to make a new character, like literally nothing. It's just, hey, palette swap this and put some different eyes on it, but keep everything else the same. And people will celebrate this. People will celebrate this as literal success for diversity, equity, and inclusion. When there was no thought put behind it, they actually don't give a fuck. And they're willing to ruin a decades-long gag that has actual lore tied to it in the anime. They're willing to throw it all away just so that people can pretend to care about this on Twitter. Because that's really where it's going to go. People are going to take this and they're going to pretend as if this is a life-changing moment. Right? On Twitter and on Reddit, this is going to be a life-changing moment. We have Black Nurse Joy. This is life-changing. This is not life-changing, bro. The people who are going to be shilling for this were already playing Pokemon. And they're going to continue playing Pokemon in no different way whatsoever than they were before. If anything, all you're going to do is piss off the fans who were playing before that are going to realize the difference and be like, hey, this is kind of dumb. This is kind of stupid, right? So again, ladies and gentlemen, for me personally, I don't really fuck with Nintendo products like that. But even I, like as someone who I wonder if they're gonna put in the manga. If they make a new manga, I wonder if they're gonna put a Black Nurse Joy in the manga, or a Black Officer Jenny. I'll be very curious. I highly doubt it because it's gonna be Japanese made, but still, you know what I mean? I'd be very curious to see. Yeah, she's literally like supposed to be an Asian girl with a tan, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. We shall see how that goes. Anyway, let's continue. Let's move forward. This is so fucking stupid. It is literally the laziest form of virtue signaling. It's actually kind of sad. Speedy Cake says, nah, cuz it means Brock made it. Brock is slaying all kinds of Nurse Joys now. That's so good. Zero Wiz with a 2. Nurse Shaniqua is crazy, by the way. Nurse Shaniqua is absolutely crazy. I'm trying to check something right now. Hold on. Sirloins with a 189. Nurse Rose Toy. Oh my god, bro. Silver Bullet Like It with a 5. Guess this explains why Nurse Joy is always single. Oh no, her husband went out to get milk. Oh no. Oh no, bro. Oh no. That's fucking crazy, bro. Damn. Listen, the lore gets deeper and deeper, I guess, as time goes on. Raptor Kratos with a 2. All the Nurse Joys are sisters. This is some BS. I thought they were like cousins or something. I could be wrong, but I thought they were cousins or something. I don't know. I guess we'll see. Denariah with a 5. If it doesn't matter, then stop race swapping characters. Stop changing their sexuality after 50 years, etc. It doesn't matter, right? So why they care? Yeah, I mean, how long has this been a thing? So, when was Nurse Joy introduced? Let's see. I forgot what year. Nurse Joy first appeared in the second episode of the Pokemon anime titled Pokemon Emergency, where he had to heal Pikachu. I remember that shit. When did the Pokemon anime release? Let's see. April 1st, 1997, boys. 1997. Guys, that is almost 30 years ago. That is 28 fucking years ago. This has been a running gag for almost 30 years, and they decided to ruin the running gag with a palette swap. With a palette swap. Like, they didn't even decide to put any thought behind it. Nothing. Just they said 28 years. Fuck it. Fuck it. We're just gonna palette swap this bitch and pretend like it never happened. Crazy, bro. Oh my god, this is insane. Anyway, again, you're gonna have people gaslight you. They're gonna say, "Why does it matter?" But then when you go and you ask them, "So why does it matter to you?" They'll be like, "Well, because." just because. And I'm like, "Well, what do you mean because? If it matter, if it's not a big deal, why'd you change it?" Well, representation. Like, oh god, shut the fuck up. You don't even know why you do things half the time. Anyway, let's keep going. So I agree with you, Denner. I agree with you 100%, bro. Trey Burkholder with a 10. Isn't this the same company that gave us the fat player characters? DEI running thick up in here. Next Nurse Joy will add an extra 200 pounds to go along with the skin. No, they're gonna do Officer Jenny. They're gonna make her black. If anything, they'll probably make her black and fat. Most likely. Can't confirm that, but they'll probably make her black and fat and then kind of go from there. But yeah, you're right. They might make Nurse Joy fat too. Who knows? We'll see how that goes, I suppose. But it just keeps getting funnier and funnier, man. Keeps getting funnier and funnier. Yamato with a 2. Nurse Joys are Chinese nurses. This broke the mold. Yep. Let's see. Oh my god, bro. Yo, so Sheep City made a post. I want to go over really quick. So look at this. So Sheep City says, fuck the lore, I guess. I didn't realize he made this post. Word to Paradise says, maybe I'm a fake fan, but is there actual in-game lore to all the nurses looking the same? Because I know there is in the show, but that's literally played as a joke. Yeah, but they did it to tie it into the games. So even though it's for the anime, you can still say because they tied it into the game specifically with that lore, that you could apply that lore to the reason why they all look the same in the game too, which a lot of people do, by the way. It's not really more so a running joke. It became a running joke, but it was more so about budgetary constraints and overall just Nintendo being fucking lazy. Nintendo did not want to make multiple different Nurse Joys in the anime. They wanted to just make one. And they wanted to have an excuse as to why they made one. So that's the joke. That's part of the joke, right? And then they ended up trying to add in-game lore to it that's been established, or not in-game, but in anime lore that's been established for a while about Nurse Joy. And she's always been like a mysterious figure anyway, because obviously they all look the same. So to see something like this after 28 years, if it's a running joke in an anime, and if it's a running joke within a video game franchise for almost 30 fucking years, why would you change it? And then why would you change it with the laziest form of DEI you possibly can do, which is a simple palette swap? Because that's literally all it is a palette swap. That's it. That's all it is. Not a different outfit, not a different hairstyle, not a different anything. Just a palette swap and some eyes. It's unbelievable, bro. Sheep says, for programming purposes, all this does is make me angrier, though. Why waste time with alternate Joy models when you could include more Pokemon in the game? This has been the only argument someone has made in regards to this that actually makes sense to me. Every single Nurse Joy is related to the other. That's it. I don't think that's game canon, just a joke in the show. Pretty sure that's why every game uses the same sprite, though aside from Space Calls, it's an ongoing meme. Exactly. 100%. I gave this one a pass. I think lore was mostly played for laughs in the anime. Yeah, for 28 years. So we've been laughing for 28 years. Now it's time to give up the laugh. Now it's time to give up the laugh because society says so. So for 28 years, we have been running with the same fucking joke that has become part of the story at this point. It might have started as a joke, but it has become its own thing and become part of the story. We are now supposed to just say, well, fuck that. Fuck it all. Right? Don't care. 28 years down the drain. Who gives a fuck? We're over that joke. We're mature now. We are mature. It was, but now I'm thinking they could have put more Pokemon in the game instead of this. Sanguine says the new nurse names Joy Keisha, Joy Kwanda, Joy Ciel, Joy Yante, Joy Roan, Joy Vel, Joy Marius, Joy Linda, and Little Joy Joy. That's insane. That is literally insane. You got me at Joy Roan. Joy Roan was, that's a good one. Joy Roan is a good one for sure. For sure. Oh no, we're not doing this. I mean, there was one with a tan, but that's it. I like Game Theory's idea that she's a Pokemon, and the tan one is a shiny regional variant. So now because a white girl gets a tan, now she's got to be made black. Oh my god. Honestly, I'm okay with this. Asura. I'm sad. Blackface Joy is fine. Oh god. I think here's what I'll say. I think people are going to be okay with this. Mostly because, and it's going to be Pokemon players because they want to justify their reason for why they want to keep playing Pokemon. So they're going to say it's not a big deal. Whatever. It's fine. Keep playing Pokemon. Nobody's going to yell at you, bro. I respect it. Hold on. We got... Did I read this one? No, I did. Yamato with a 2 nurse joys are Chinese nurses. This broke the mold. There you go. Independent Corey with a 2 nurse joy can now summon baby daddy and bad credit. Oh my god, bro. Wait, so does that mean that because they have bad credit scores that they're not going to be able to open up Pokemon centers anymore? How are they going to get a loan? How are they going to get a loan to open up Pokemon centers now? Oh no. Is this the end of Pokemon centers? Oh fuck. Sir Loins with a 189. Nurse Joy from sisters to sisters. I see what you did there. Monkey Man with a 2. Time to make Brock MAGA. Yeah, that's never happening. That's never happening. Enrico Palazzo with a 2. Ghost of Joyte. I like that. Hey, Sevi's in the chat. Shout out to Sevi. Shout out to Sevi. Where the fuck she is? No Pokemon centers for you. Yeah, I know. I mean, I never had it because I'm not playing Pokemon. Stunning and Brave Salamence with a 5. Well, if Legend ZNA fails, at least we have the new Digimon game that came out a couple of days ago, aka Digimon Story Time Stranger. Bro, there's no way it's failing. There's literally no way. Did you see the budget? Did you see the budget for that game? There would have to be a mass boycott. I'll put it to you like this. Japan alone will make the game successful. The amount of physical copies that will sell, it'll make the game successful. It's just the truth. Toxin with a 2. Black Joy is just a shiny Ditto. It is. It is. You know what? We should just go with that as lore. How about that? How about that? I am going to officially classify Joy Roan. Okay? Shout out to Sanguine for the name. I am going to officially classify Joy Roan as a shiny Pokemon. This is a shiny Nurse Joy. That's what it's going to be. That's it. That's it. Shiny Nurse Joy. Called Joy Roan. So if you see Joy Roan in game, make sure to take pictures and whatnot. And let everybody understand that you captured the shiny Pokemon. That's it. That's how we're going to go through this. Kagami with a 20 says Pokemon Center lives matter. Clearly not. Clearly not. You know how sad it is? So sad because the black Nurse Joy is going to need the white Nurse Joy to co-sign for the black Nurse Joy in order to open up the Pokemon Center. Kind of like how the consultancy groups in Canada get white men to co-sign for them in order to have the credit to open it up, which is why most of them have a white man that's partially in charge. I don't know, man. The lore gets deep when you really start looking. Where's Latina Joy? Oh, it's coming. They're not just going to stop at Black Joy. Before you know it, Joy is going to be whatever you feel it is, right? It's going to be like, what's a woman? Nurse Joy is going to become a symbol for diversity. And in every single Pokemon Center, there's going to be a different racial Joy. That's what it's going to be. That's what it's going to be. I'm telling you right now. Grateful Gamer with a vibe in Pokemon lore. Nurse Joy's father is also the creator. Sperm banks in that world. Sounds like BS, but evidence speaks for itself. Gotta seed them all. That's insane, bro. Gotta seed them all. That's wow. 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 And you know what's sad? You already know that there's somebody out there on Twitter or Reddit or somewhere, right? That is basically gaslighting people over this. And you know what they're going to say, right? You know what they're going to say. I'm going to tell you exactly what they're going to say. And I promise you, if you go through Twitter, do me a favor, guys. Over the next few days, if you're looking at all these conversations, go through Twitter and screenshot if you see somebody use this response because you know it's coming. You guys ready? All right, listen. So they're going to gaslight you and they're going to say the following. Well, it was never explicitly stated in the lore what color her skin was. You know it's coming. You know it's coming. So you could tag me. You could tag me on X if you find a statement like that, because I promise you that is going to come.